Hello, one and all. This is Captain Luckless, and welcome back to the Sunless Skies. It's kind of cool. One of the cool things about this game and this world is that it's very different from our own, and it's kind of weird to think of the suns in the sky as being like an evil force. But if you think about it, all the people that live here come from the Sunless Sea, right? The undersea or whatever it was called from the previous games. So when they came here, they saw these. They wouldn't have seen the sun. When they came here, they would have seen these like powerful things in the sky that were emitting this light that would have been like almost damaging to them. So it's kind of I didn't really consider that when I first came here to the Clockwork Sun. That yes, you could see how they would want to destroy the sun and replace it with something they could control. You still need light, but you want to be able to control how much light there is because the people simply aren't used to it. So I'm just getting that from some of the comments you guys wrote, some of the crew wrote in the comment section, which is really cool to read. Thank you all for sharing. And I do read all of them unless something tends towards like suggesting or too spoilery, and then I kind of I back off from the comments, but I do try to read everything. So this time around, we do have we can deliver one of these. We have one ministry approved literature that we can deliver here in terms of the quest that we're going to try to complete, and that's assuming I don't starve going back, because I only have, well, it's really 2 supplies, right? This is going to run out and then we're going to be at 0. So I think I probably can make it back to London. I don't know though, it's going to be awfully close. Maybe I can somehow get some supplies here. But in terms of what we're going to do this time around, there's still the Fatalistic Signalmen quest to continue. There's the Incognito Princess wants to visit the Purgerance, which I still don't know exactly how to get there. The work orders, the Office of Works is prepared to pay for raw materials. The Office of Works needs 3 barrels of unseasoned hours and a ministry stamp permit. I'm not sure I want to do this, but might need to do it just for the cash anyways. And then we've got the Royal Orological Office assignment. Time is slipping around the Empire. Your current assignment is on the Brabazon work world, which we haven't found yet. But we're here at the Clockwork Sun and Sunspur, and it says the dock is rarely used, and its maintenance has lapsed. There's evidence of rust and metal strain, but only of non-crucial components. It's safe to stop for now. Once inside the dock, the sun's scouring light is diminished. Also, I've got a level to decide on. What does it say here, though? Arrival at the sun. An outpost on the roaring edge of the sun, shielded from malevolent light by an eggshell of stained glass. The malevolent light. Okay, let's take a look at our options. We've got a metamorphosis. You can no longer be the person you were told to be. Your old life would have ground you beneath it. You had to change, but was the change slow or sudden? Okay, that's an option. A gradual growth. You changed by inches, your new self growing from roots in the old. It was only after, when you looked back, that you saw how far you'd come. Or a blank slate. In order to become what you needed to be, you abandoned your old life. You cast it aside, as a snake must shed its skin. So this would be like kind of our old life as a thief or a street urchin. Your club. You belong to one of London's illustrious private members' clubs. Fine food, understanding, companionship, and no riffraff. Oh, really? Because I have affiliation establishment at 2 or more. Yeah, doesn't sound like Luckless to me. There's no other options, right? Okay, that's it. A thief oath. They say there is no honor among thieves. They were wrong. Affiliation, villainy at 2 or more. In a lightless cellar, you and your closest collaborator spoke a solemn promise that was invented in the dark. You mingled your blood. What did you swear? Also reduce our nightmares. Okay. Which we don't, I don't think... We have terror, but we don't have any nightmares. An oath of solace. To shelter and safeguard one another, however dire the circumstances. To forgive each other all debts. To name the foe of one of you as the foe of you all. or an oath of silence. To know and keep one another's secrets, to the grave and beyond. You are siblings in larceny now, a coterie of crime. That sounds interesting. Settler. For a time you lived the hand-to-mouth existence of a homesteader, carving a home on the frontier of the Reach. Doesn't sound like Luckless. What is pestilence? Since arriving in the heavens through the avid horizon, you have contracted an unlikely illness. You are turning imperceptibly, slowly into glass. Okay. The progress of the disease has halted for now, but where has it taken root? Beside your heart or in your lungs? Intriguing. I'm not sure if I want to go down that path yet. Smoggy streets. The bell tolls. Oh, right. We've foreseen our own death. I think I want the thief oath. So what is it? This one provides irons and hearts, irons and mirrors. And I think I would go for an oath of silence. We're ending up, with the choices that we're making, we're ending up pretty well-rounded. And that's probably not a great idea. You probably want to specialize, but I'm more picking the options for role-playing purposes. Because I think it'll go well with our story. But this will reduce the... I gotta consider gameplay too a little bit though. So I think we want to only pick this when we have a nightmare. We can always wait. Family footsteps. No, I remember that one. The black sheep. Never fitted in. You were a piece from another puzzle. You came to revel in your family's disappointment. Their disapproval was a trophy. I don't think that really works. I guess it could work. We haven't really established what Luckless's family is like. I thought that I thought this path had something to do with us being an orphan. But I guess not. So we could pick the black sheep, but this gives us irons again. Why did they resent you? For your success or for your failures? I kind of like this. You never fitted in. You're a piece from another puzzle. You came to revel in your family's disappointment. Their disapproval was a trophy. Their condemnation a commendation. They resented us because of our failures. What a disappointment you were. I love characters that are just like that are just a complete disappointment. And how often and lengthily they informed you of it. But the things that mattered to them were unimportant to you. You would find your own path. I like this. I'm gonna go with the black sheep. And they resented us for our failures. And that gives us what? Mirrors and iron. Let's do it. So just as a recap, we were an urchin. We ran with a knotted sock. We had a spell in prison. We served our time quietly. And we dreamed of release. We lost a love in our past. We were amongst the first to pass through the door to the heavens, and we spent our time gallivanting across the deserted sky, the hours that we were given. We had a narrow escape, learned to be cautious from almost dying. We spent a lot of time when we first came here eavesdropping on skyfarers and their tales. We're haunted by a ghostly presence from our past. We stole from a forbidden laboratory. We stole a singular treasure. And we were the black sheep of our family, and they resented us because of our failures. But we would find our own path in the stars. All right. Arrival at the sun. Let's check it. Let's check out Sunspur. An outpost on the roaring edge of the sun, shielded from the malevolent light by an eggshell of stained glass. As you emerge from your train, suit-swaddled engineers gather, plainly astonished by your arrival. They bombard you with complex questions about how you dealt with dense sunlight and skewed chronosolar fields. Once satisfied, they hand out protective suits to you and your crew. Yours is patched and torn, one boot missing. We successfully reached the Clockwork Sun. I guess we have no choice but to shrug into our suit. An engineer sprays you with a substance that smells like lemons gone wrong and searches your pockets, a cursory effort at best. They seem distracted. Sunlight seeps like syrup through cracks in the stained glass ceiling. The floor shudders in time with the churning machinery far beneath your feet. The air has a tang of chemicals, bonfires, and rain. Just trying to put myself in the place. Okay. Pistons pump, cogs turn, and suit-swaddled figures tend to the engineery, bellowing over the shrieking metal. Bellowing over the shrieking metal. Ready to report. Oh, we needed 40 with the strength. Okay. Strength of the sun's at 83. That's quite strong. It's going to be interesting to see what the strength of the sun, what kind of implications it has. The Clockwork Sun is the preeminent symbol of the Empire's heavenly dominion. The newspapers in London call it enduring, everlasting, eternal. Let's write that port report. The heart of the Empire. In response to your questions, the engineers shrug. The day dawns, the sun brightens, the night comes, the sun dims. What more is there to say? Some of them seem so exhausted they can barely stand. They insist it's proximity to the sun that affects their sleep. We have one yearning burning. Is that what the port report's called? The greatest achievement of British engineering. Visitors are not encouraged. I guess not. Yeah, I guess that's what the port report is called. Okay. We can, of course, hand our port reports into the genial auditor or the stalwart bookkeeper at London to earn rewards. We can head towards the sundial-shaped building. It'll be the sequencer's new favorite project, one of the engineers tells you. It'll keep him out of our hair for a while. We can visit the glass house. There's a dozen signs warning you to stay away, each more insistent than the last. The engineers shout, but they're too busy to stop you. Or we can descend to the vaults beneath the surface. The vaults below are safer, protected by a dozen layers of stained glass. Okay, well, let's go to the sundial-shaped building first. We'll start from the top. Azimuth. Azimuth is an enormous sundial without shadow. It's roof-topped by a golden shark fin gnomon. Not familiar with that one. There are still racks of yellowed pamphlets on the walls. It once served as a kiosk selling tickets to sunspotters, the pilgrims and tourists that were expected to flock here. These days, it is more like a temple. Frescoes on the curved walls depict the triumph of the new sun over the old. 500 experience and... Oh no, okay, so Yearning Burning is something else. Yearning Burning is something else. So this is the commodity here, I guess. Oh, this could be bad. If we get too much of this. Maybe if we spend too long here, something bad could happen. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Let me just double check my possessions here. Is it listed anywhere? No. Okay, we've got to consider that. So we get a bunch, so we can, I mean, we got experience for doing nothing. And we got this Yearning Burning. A figure in yellow collar protective suit is delivering a sing-song sermon to mostly empty pews. The Dazzled Sequencer looks up, delighted at your approach, and hurriedly wraps up his speech. He offers you tea with a flash of 2 white teeth. Not 2 white teeth, but very white teeth. Ask the Dazzled Sequencer about his role in the sun. The only other people up here are disturbed prisoners and exhausted engineers. Okay, let's ask him. The Sequencer's function. I'm a priest of the new sequence, declares the Sequencer. The brightest truth, the wildfire that has swept Albion. He points out at the expanse of the sun. There burns a beacon, a savior, an aspect of God. We venerate the Clockwork Sun and its immortal architect, our Empress. I'm here to greet pilgrims and safeguard the souls of our engineers. Azimuth is also the only access route to the sun-shattered dome. An exhibition hall that was built back when we received more visitors. The dome is terribly dangerous, and I advise you to avoid it, no matter how much you hear about the priceless artifacts inside. Ooh, priceless artifacts, you say? I think we have to be very careful here, though. Request access to the Sun-Shattered Dome. Beyond Azimuth lies the maze of abandoned exhibition halls crowned by a magnificent broken dome. Okay, so we have to have less than 100 terror to go in. We need 4 crews, so we're probably going to lose crew. All right. He has a request for us, the sequencer. Together we can help the less fortunate, he says. You'll be compensated for your time. Okay, let's see what he wants us to do before we enter the dome. A charitable mission. There are many poor souls out there in need of our help. Beleaguered, ignorant masses. I've never met them, but I'm assured they exist. He pauses to wipe his eyes. When we lift them from their contemptible state, perhaps they will come to appreciate the greatness of the sequence. He sends an orderly to fetch a wooden crate. Once it's set down before him, he wraps the lid proudly. 600 manuals on how to correctly tie a bow tie. Deliver these to Brabazon Workworld, and I'm sure they will be immensely benefited by their improved understanding of etiquette. Yes, desperately in need of help. All right. The sequencer's chariot. Deliver the well-intentioned package to the Brabazon Workworld. We want to head there anyways. And we have one well-intentioned package. Okay, that works. I'm not sure that I know where it is so far, though. Let's take a look at this Sun-Shattered Dome. I'm very curious. Requesting access. A reluctant ascent. Uh-oh. The sequencer obviously takes his role as gatekeeper seriously. He fusses around you, checking you and your crew's gear, tugging on straps, checking for rips, wiping your stained glass goggles with a silk handkerchief. All the while, he spouts an endless stream of warnings. Don't enter the Shalimar. Never travel in a group of 3 or fewer. Okay, and resist the urge to sing, no matter how fiercely your throat burns. And for sequence's sake, watch the condition of your suit. With that, he pats you on the back, hands you a brochure, and sends you through the heavy iron door of the dome. On occurrence, your state of your suit quality is now 4. Okay, we gotta keep in mind the quality of our suit, or the state of our suit. Okay. We're not gonna sing. Don't travel in groups of 3 or fewer. Don't enter the Shalimar. God damn it. Exhibition halls, built to accommodate sunspotter tourists and sequence pilgrims, and abandoned after the dangers of the sun became impossible to hide. Okay. Priceless paintings hang in bleached rags. Magnificent relics have been left to accumulate glittering glass dust. Is anything still intact? The stained glass sky has collapsed, and unfiltered sunlight gnaws savagely at your hazard suit. It is currently undamaged, though a little shabby. You come upon what looks like a glittering gold carousel, but instead of horses, it features glass bottles as tall as you. They're each fitted with a near impenetrable liquid, and within dark shapes writhe sluggishly. They kind of remind me of those otherworldly things, I think they were called. Or those things that were in the jars that we have. Okay. So carousel, but instead of horses, there's glass bottles as tall as you. The liquid, dark shapes. We can return to safety. You've spent too long out here already. You don't want to return to your train with glass frosted toes. Because we've got state of suit 4. Search elsewhere. It will cost valuable time and entail greater risk. But treasure beckons around the next corner, you know it. So this is like a push your luck kind of thing. Or we can investigate the carousel. Perhaps you can deduce its purpose. Might hide something of value. 37% chance with our mirrors. Let's do one more search. Because I'm not going to take that chance. It's too low. Okay. This time around, still undamaged, the suit. It says you find your path blocked by a tangle of bleached white foliage. The Shalimar Garden exploded from its greenhouse long ago, feeding furiously on the sun's light until it swelled to a jungle. Okay, so once again we have the same options. We can explore the Shalimar, which he told us not to do. And I have a 45% chance of success to do it. The light has depraved these plants. The Dazzled Sequencer warned you away from here. I'm going to listen to the sequencer. We're going to search elsewhere. See if I can find something with a better chance of success. Soon you stumble upon a gleaming forest of glass sculptures. As you get closer, you realize they were once tourists from back when the exhibition was still open to the public. What were they clustered around? As you get closer, you realize they were once tourists. So I'm just now reminded of that choice we had that there was a part of us that was turning to glass. Search elsewhere. Pick your way through the glass congregation. Years of harsh sunlight have sharpened the statues, turning elbows and fingertips to razors. You'll need to be agile to reach the other side unscathed. We have a 45% chance. I want to take a risk here. I want to try to get something out of this. I have a feeling if we fail, we're going to damage our suit. If we're successful, we're going to get a prize. Let's give it a shot. Failure. A crowd of glass. The mass of vitrified tourists are arranged in a circle. Whatever lies at the center, it must be worth a good gawk. In the bulky hazard suit, it's a nightmare to try to duck and weave your way through the statues. A lady's jaunty elbow leaves a long rent down the side of your hazard suit. You catch your glove on a child's sharpened nose. It is torn from your hand. You're forced to retreat, your suit much the worse for wear. Your suit has been damaged, the stained glass goggles are cracked, and a sleeve is torn up the elbow. Okay. So what is our suit at now? So our suit is at 2. So we lost 2. I think I'm going to return to safety at this point. We took our chance and we failed. I figure in a yellow collar protective suit, so it's the same thing. Okay, we're gonna leave for now. We tried our best, we failed. Remember, I'm very cautious. I've learned my lesson. Head towards Azimuth. So we've done that. We've been to Azimuth. Let's check out the glass house. Dozen signs warning you to stay away, each more insistent than the last. The engineers shout, but they're too busy to stop. Okay, maybe not. The vaults below are safer, protected by a dozen layers of stained glass. Maybe we should go to the Terpsichore vault. Let's check out the vault. It's safer. Maybe we can get something there. The Terpsichore vault. I'm sorry, I might be mispronouncing that one. Beneath the machine bristling surface, you find a ring of 9 vault doors, each engraved with the name of a classical muse. 8 are locked and barred behind signs saying things like vacant or under renovation, or in one case, unfortunate chronological discrepancies. 8 are locked. Okay, so 1 isn't. The 9th, marked Terpsichore, or Terpsichore, is the only door open to you. When you enter, your footsteps ring through dusty barracks and abandoned canteens. These are the engineers' quarters, but they are all on the surface, working, except one. The broken steward has been working on the sun since before it first shone. She has been here far, far longer than any of the engineers above. Oh, there she is. That's so cool. The broken steward makes her way carefully towards you, cane clacking on the floor. She has a markedly stiff-limbed gait, and her arms creak as she removes her helmet. Definitely want to talk to her. She smiles, her teeth glint oddly. The broken steward. She catches you glancing at her mouth and smiles even wider. Her teeth are shards of cracked glass, protruding at odd angles from her gums. It's not just the teeth, she says, with a brusque air that brooks no sympathy. Damn sun turned my bones as well. Terrible nuisance, really. Gets in the way of work. You notice her fixed neck, her stiff limbs, her careful movements. It's not too bad, she says. Good thing I like soup. Okay. All right. That's it, I guess. I wonder if we had taken that other facet, if we could have spoken to her. There's no other options. Maybe we should bring her some soup. Back out into the poison light. I guess we'll visit the glass house just to see what it's all about. Or is this where we went first? No, it isn't, right? An isolated section of the abandoned exhibition halls has been repurposed to hold not treasures, but prisoners. Okay. Each wears a gray smock rather than a protective suit, leaving them utterly undefended from the ravages of sunlight. They sit slumped in unlocked cells, making no effort to escape. Where would they go? I'm getting the impression that this is a place that I could come back to later on when I'm like a higher level, since all those, the chances of succeeding on all those checks were 50 or like less than 50%. Okay, so they sit slumped in unlocked cells, making no effort to escape. Where would they go? Good point. Some of the prisoners are shining at the seams. Some have eyes of curdled glass. A fractured face turns to watch you. A few are singing in praise of the sun. Don't sing. Mouths bloody and throats tattered. You should perhaps be horrified, but the song wraps tender chords around your mind and numbs you. Glass crunches underfoot. When you lift your boot, you discover a cracked ear beneath. I remember you guys mentioning in the comment section something about singing as well. You can speak with the prisoners. They either scream or sing. You may not get anything halfway lucid from them. 55% chance. Okay. Or we can approach the half glass empty. Only one cell is locked, and the man within is neither singing nor screaming. The left half of his body is shimmering translucent. Or we can hurry away. Let's go to the half glass empty. Only the flesh and muscle of his left half is vitrified, not the bones and blood within. The glass is suffused with 1,000 fine frozen capillaries, like delicate red cracks running through ice. He fixes you with an anguished stare. Get me out of here. Why is the cell locked and his alone? This was an exhibition hall once, never a prison. An engineer must have had to install those bars, especially for him. We have an option, so we can, I guess, ask him or think about it. I'm not sure what this option is exactly. Agree to help the empty escape. A barely perceptible nod. The glass in his neck creaks. We can't help him. He slumps and doesn't say another word. Okay, well, let's investigate this more. Why is his cell locked? The empty's conviction. The others would not leave even if they could. Their minds are lost. The empty attempts a one-sided shrug. And, well, the Empire sent me here because I was smuggling sunlight from the Neath, back before the horizon closed. The empty attempts a one-sided shrug, and, well, the Empire sent me here because I was smuggling sunlight from the Neath. The Neath would have been, like, Fallen London, right? From the Neath. Back before the horizon closed. Oh, right, the horizon is closed off, okay. When I sold it, I told my customers that the light from the Clockwork Sun was toxic, and true sunlight was the only cure. Ended up causing a minor panic in London. I think one of the engineers locked me in because he took offense at my criticism. Though he gestures at his vitrified body, I stand by it. Okay, so he was smuggling sunlight down below from the Clockwork Sun. Or maybe it's the other. Okay, maybe no. Sorry, maybe no. Maybe it is the other way around. So he was trying to help people by bringing them proper sunlight. Detroit party, stand by it. So there is. So there was there sunlight in the Neath? Now I'm confused. All right. Kind of want to help him escape. Let's do it. Let's agree to help the... I like messing with London. Let's try. This sounds like fun. I understand wanting to not be imprisoned. Half a smile. Thank you. His voice is hoarse, and he speaks in barely a whisper. You will need to find a permit for my release and present it to the steward. Forged, legitimate, I don't care. 3 ministry-approved permits and present them to the broken steward to secure the half-glass empty's release. Okay. We could do that. Should we take a chance and try to speak to the prisoners? Let's try. Oh, nice. A hideous story. You read out one of the newer prisoners, a woman whose mind isn't entirely fractured. Her eyes are shining gold, her fingertips pearlescent. With a calm manner and firm words, you momentarily manage to stop her singing. With a newly focused gaze, she tells you what she's seen. Men shattered, men unmade. It hates us, she says, staring at her glass-tipped fingers. 2 tales of terror. Okay. Jeez. I guess we would have gotten terror instead if we had failed. All right, we're taking off. Is there anything else to do here? Aside from taking another chance in Azimuth. Just go back for a second. Oh, it looks like I can't. Hold on. Or was it the vaults where I could take the chances? Yeah, okay. Nope. Okay, so we can't take another chance. I guess we can only do that once. All right. At the end, I might be able to come back and do it again later, but that's fine because I want to level up before we do it. Before we do it again. Let's go to the shops. I can get fuel, and I can get panes of stained glass. What bargains are here? Expulsion of problematic material. A Dazzled Sequencer sells buckets full of armaments retrieved from Azimuth. Terrible hazard, all these instruments of lethality lying about the place, and most untidy. Keen to get them off the sun. Very keen. But I don't think we need to send munitions anywhere, unfortunately. We could buy them, though. We do have space in our hold. I can sell one of these. We have even more space. So now we're only carrying the fuel and supplies. 135. It's not a deal, but we should make money off of it, right? How many do we need? 10. I could buy 10. I could even hold 10. We still have to find this place, Whirlberry. And then we do need to go to Titania eventually. I mean, I'm gonna head right back to London, so maybe I'll get the full 10. It's the only place I know of that sells it. 1,350. Okay. We're gonna do it. And then I can bank it, and the next place we can go to is Whirlberry to complete that. And then I can go back to the Reach when I get to New Winchester, grab the rest from the bank, and go to Caroline, or not Caroline, to Titania. All right. I could also buy some of this. Could just fill the hold, since it's cheap. Eventually, we're gonna find an assignment to complete that, right? Okay, I think we're taking off. I gotta be real careful. We're heading straight to London. As straight as we can. Maybe we'll run into something that'll give us some supplies. There we go. She says nothing at the Clockwork when she stares at the Clockwork Sun. All right. This is pretty nerve-wracking. What the hell is that? I don't want to know what that was. Some like... What? Is that like a tear in... Oh, shoot. Something ghastly. Well, don't have time to investigate that. We don't have the resources. It looked like maybe a tear in space or time. Searching lights of watchtowers away in the night. March 7th, 1906. This is about as direct a route as I can take, I think. Maybe I can aim a bit more north. Another old cold ruins stand here. The work of a conquered sun. Skyhenge. Oh god. Another one to the left. Okay, I mean, I think we're gonna make it. I think we're gonna make it. I think we'll be okay. Oh, shoot. Okay, back to relative safety, I think. Not... Oh god, he's still chasing me. Not nervous at all. Okay, I think I lost it. I can go over that. Okay. Gonna kind of curve a bit to the north. We'll go around here. Maybe I'll find something on this side. London sprawls. Oh, you've little food left now. Soon hunger will begin to bite. Yeah, we're fine. So that's good to know. So this was like from here to about here-ish, because we had a little bit less than one, is one supply. So with this crew... Oh, the markets. I don't know if I can dock there, and I'm not gonna try. There might be a spot there that I can dock. It would make sense that we could get some supplies at the markets, right? Okay, we're going left. The sounds of work in progress. And pollution. Not a problem. Someone thought we were going to starve to death. Oh, that feels so much better. Okay, first things first. Let's go to the bank. We're gonna bank 5 of these. And the munitions, I might as well bank those. Do I need to grab any of these? I don't think so. The hours might not be a bad idea, right? Might be good to have some hours. They seem to be useful as a currency here. I've got space in the hold. Although, yeah, I think we're good. No prospects. Let's get a bunch of supplies, like 6. Then we're full. Four fuel and 6 supplies. I bet you the next place we make it to won't have fuel, right? Maybe I shouldn't take any risks. Let's drop the hours off. Definitely burning through supplies faster. Okay. What can we do here in London now that we're back? Other opportunities. Right, so we need one more barrel of unseasoned hours to complete that. And the ministry stamp permit. Oh, right. We can give in our port report. Where was that? Explore London. Well, we can wander the streets a bit. Smog dapples the city. Visitors wear scarves or clasp rags to their mouths and hurry through the streets. Workers in the slums and at the stations toil on. No, I guess that's it. So we could turn in our port reports to the Londoners. And then where was the other place that we could turn them into? I guess we only have one. No, not the gossip. The bookkeeper. He maintains the company's shining public record. Anytime there's an auditor, he defends New Street's interests, the mountain fortress of files. Okay, let's get that in. We'll get some gratitude. Strategic intelligence. The bookkeeper reads the report swiftly, makes a few notations, then files them deeply in his haystack of financial records. Beyond the attention of even the most persistent ministry auditor. Thanking you silently, he conveys that you are doing important work. So we have 1 New Street Lines gratitude and we gained 100 sovereigns. Okay. And then what can we get again? A savage secret and unlicensed chart. I think we want to win the bookkeeper's trust. Okay, I think that's all that I want to do here right now. Hold on. So the next thing we want to do is head east to Willerbury Juxtamar. A long way to the east. And then we're also keeping our eye out for Brabazon Work World. The Dazzled Sequencer has enlisted you in his attempt to inflict kindness upon the needy. Deliver the well-intentioned package to the Brabazon Work World. It's not something, I guess that's, not sure where exactly we're keeping the package. It's not taking up place in our, spot in our hold, though. Oh, the other thing I think I want to do is this. Pillar class trader. Less health. Looks like it's more fuel efficient, right? That's what the plus 148 means. And I can get that other upgrade, same weapons. Yeah, let's do this. We're still gonna name it Pandora. Pandora 2. Okay. So the idea was to get the second auxiliary slot so that we could get the assaying device. Assaying. 400. We're going to make a bunch of money, so... yeah. Beautiful. Now, why is that... oh, I think that means that we... does that mean that we were over the amount that we could hold? At exclamation mark? I'm still not quite sure what that means. Right, we have 670. We're invested a lot in the stained glass. We're going straight east. So let's head out. Bells chime, the inconvenient ant checks her pocket watch. Well, that's completely wrong as I smash into the... as I smash into that. All right, we're looking lean now. Yeah, I like this. I feel like we're moving faster. We still have the same things equipped, right? Maybe it's just my imagination, but it feels like we're moving faster. Turn rate seems to be the same. I haven't spoken to the Blemigan. His focus is elsewhere. You're sure to startle it. Well, let's see what he has to say now that he's here, if anything. Just as your hand closes on the Blemigan, it reaches a tendril out and gently bats your arm away. None of that it conveys. It hasn't even turned to face you. Just does not seem to care about us at all. The flare of the foundries through smog. You are nearing the work worlds. Perfect. Hey, it looks like there's something up ahead that we spotted when we first came here. See, this music's a lot more positive than the one by the Clockwork Sun. You're bats. Or birds. Oh, something to the north. Oh, cool. What is this? Oh, man. So we got a sky story, and there's... this is friendly. I should have used the bat. Broken stonework adrift by impossible. Broken stonework drifts by impossible in its intricacies. Cool. That is a something of heaven, right? Vision of heavens. I just wanted to make sure I couldn't go over that. These are really cool looking. Something else to our north. Looks like we're getting into a darker area. Ancient ruin. Wrought by long vanished hands. That's a jumble of souls. How far are we? We're a little bit to the north where we want to be if we're going directly east. Clock chiming. It's interesting. You pass near a sea of rolling mists. How languorous they are. How soft and how gray. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. This seems a bit more ominous. How far are we? Oh. Oh, this looks so cool. Everything looks so awesome in this game. What the hell? A thrashing by the window, bright-headed hardener eels. Can I talk to them or so? What the hell? Do I run into that? Oh, I can scoop up. Right. Okay, I don't have the butchery though. Okay, now we're directly east. I'm assuming it's going to be as far as the Clockwork Sun was, so like right on the edge. Where's the smoke coming from? It's thick though, the mist is really thick. What is that? It's like a beacon? A delighted crewman expresses the thought that nobody could be miserable at Whirlberry. The signalman sighs. I see. I think we found it. Oh. It's looking like another circus. I can go over this. Whirlberry Juxtamar. Where do I dock exactly? They're not making it easy. To see where to dock in these places, but luckily this time around I have more resources. Can I go over this? The House of Hues. Oh, there it is. This looks really nice. But foggy. Or smoky. A new port, Captain. Your crew crowd to the windows. I just got another achievement. The Clockwise Agent, I think it said. Palace Pier. Workers in neat uniforms guide your locomotive to rest. Tourist engines rest alongside trading engines. Crews trade gossip and delicacies. Signs in block capitals make abundantly clear that this is a place for pleasure. Welcome to Whirlberry Juxtamar. It dazzles like a Fabergé egg, lamp-lit, rich brass, and Britain in Baroque. Perfect. We made it. I guess I'll complete this glass to Whirlberry. An exuberant architect at Whirlberry Juxtamar intends to construct a glass hall to house a public exhibition of curiosities from across the heavens. He requires 5 panes of stained glass. Whirlberry Juxtamar lies a long way to the east of London, which we've just found. Give me my money. So we bought it for $175, I want to say, and we sold it for $275, so that's not bad. The exuberant architect claps his hands with glee. Oh, marvelous, marvelous. We shall know glory yet. Do you think it'll get rather hot inside the hall? Ah, no matter. I'm sure we can stand a little heat. And we got one otherworldly artifact. Oh, the thing that I was thinking of was, before, was the uncanny specimen. I guess that looks like just the head, although the glass jar might keep going down. And 200 experience. And we can get an auction of blue-painted crockery. The recent death of a well-to-do widower has triggered an unseemly family squabble over the disposition of his estate. An indifferent solicitor has been charged with auctioning off various of the deceased unwanted belongings in order to cover the death duty. Which we do want for... Okay, we only need one more to complete this. And it will aid the stovepipe war efforts. Let's complete it anyways. We'll buy one. Oh, I see. We actually unlocked it with establishments too. Cool. Who is it that's giving us that, by the way? I know it's probably our officers, right? Bohemia. +1 affiliation establishment. Villainy. That's going to be establishment. Okay. The Blemigan. I got to get rid of this Blemigan. Although I can't. The Blemigan's too awesome, but doesn't really provide us with much, eh? Just +1 mirrors and +2 iron. A better player would get rid of the Blemigan, but it's, I mean, he or she, I think. A king. It says a king. He probably. I think he's going to be here to stay throughout all of Captain Luckless's career. It's too awesome. Okay. Let's check out the market. So they sell ministry approved literature, which we do need some of. Or no, we completed that, didn't we? No, I need 4 for the sun. Okay, so let's buy 4 of those. We still have room for 6 more. Whatevers. And I believe that I'm going to take a break here. We're going to explore World of Barry Juxtamar on the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I know the episodes have been a bit more sparse lately. I'm playing when I feel like I want to, dive into this world again. It is, there's a lot to read and a lot to understand. So it's not like the most soothing game in the world to play, but it's always a lot of fun discovering new facets of the world and discovering the history, and also making these really difficult choices is a lot of fun too. Thank you so much for watching. This is Captain Luckless signing off for now. I'll see you on the next one, and I love you all.